and welcome to another thrilling episode of Ascension. My name is Chris, and I will be your GM for these preceding evenings. With that in mind, we have a wonderful cast here, and let's get to the introductions of who are these lovely people here. Starting first off with you, Cynix. Cynix, who are you and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Syrinx, and today I'll once again be playing Kaitra, she, her, or she, they, any.
Wonderful, wonderful. Next up, Apollo. Who are you? Who you playing?
Hello, my name is Apollo. I will be playing Anki Eleazar, and I'm so sorry for the next 5 minutes of me trying to figure out how to make this fuck-ass desk lamp work. He, they.
We simply love to see it. The lamp is he, they. Wonderful, wonderful.
The lamp is he, they.
With that in mind, we have a wonderful episode for you today. But with that, in case you missed it, a couple things to get through here. First and foremost, content warnings. In case you missed these bad boys within the beginning of our episode here, we got him here in the chat. You can type !CW to find out all that good stuff there. But I'll read them out for you. For this episode, we got fantasy and gut violence, gore, trauma, fire, blood, grief, severe weather, undead /zombies, romance and references to sexual entanglements, monsters and monstrosities, references to imperialism, classism, depictions of experimentation, war, and imprisonment. If any of this does not float your boat, there's a plethora of wonderful content out there for you to enjoy. Also, if you want to follow me or any lovely members we have on and behind the screen, you can type !cast to see where they are in the big wide web internet out there. But with that in mind, I think that is all we have to do there. So let's get into the intro and find out what happened last time on Ascension. We'll see you in a hot minute, folks, for another wonderful episode. We'll see you soon. that, you saw nothing, audience. You saw absolutely nothing. With that, the crew, yourselves, after the events have happened, you go unconscious. And the first one to wake up here, I think, is you, Anki. As you're slowly kind of dazed a bit, you can feel that what wakes you up isn't necessarily you just naturally getting up, but is a sort of, you feel water dripping on your face for a second, and as you sort of get up, you can feel like a sprinkle of some sort of water coming from a pipe is like hitting you on your face. That like wakes you up in this instance. And as you sort of begin to get up, a little bit hurt, you do notice there's a bit of shrapnel that not necessarily embedded itself, but it's very much just on the skin around the area. But as you sort of look about, you can see that you're inside a section of the train you were in. It seems to have crashed into something. You don't know what, but it may be something of an aquatic nature. As you can see, that bits of coral are littered about the place, and again, water is kind of rising from the ground here, as it looks like this thing's going to capsize at a certain point.
Okay.
But at the moment, getting up, looking around, you do see Kydra is unconscious as well. As you see, there's a bit of debris over them, but they're not fully awake at the moment. So what are you doing in this instance, as you're the first one to sort of get up and understand, okay, things are happening, I'm alive?
Well, I'm looking around my surroundings. I'm trying to figure out where possibly we could have crashed into. I look at Kydra and I'm for a second I considered that this might be my best and only chance to get out of here. And then begrudgingly, not really begrudgingly, then there's my conscience that speaks and says, they're here because this is your fault. You can't just leave them here. See, I'm just gonna, well, there's water everywhere. I'm just gonna scoop up as much water as I can onto the face.
Kydra, unconscious, and then immediately just woken up like almost like a dog or cat that just gets water on them, just immediately, as you just feel this water come onto your face. But you also notice that there's something heavy on you at the moment, as you see like you staring upside down and Anki's looking dead at you as water seems to be dripping from his hands.
As I get to the current circumstances with a cough. Where are the fucking train crashed?
Yeah.
And I look at you in the eyes, and I say, the fucking train crashed.
Yes. We're no longer being chased. That's good. Look at the positives.
We were right there to escape.
And we did escape in a way.
Escape. Where is that key? And I look at him and see if he still has his bag around him where it's supposed to be in there.
Chris, do I have my bag?
You don't have your bag, but you do notice it is like hanging. At least it seems to have like gotten caught in something. It looked like it crashed onto like a nearby side of the train, but it's here still. You just have to go get it.
It's like, yes, I didn't take it. Point of clarification, just for me, Apollo the person. The key and the like God battery. Those are two different things, right?
Yes.
Thank you. It should be still in my bag. The bag slipped off me when we crashed, but yeah, I'll go get it. I'm gonna try scurry over to get the bag.
While you scurry, I lay there and there's debris on me, so...
There is debris on you. You do notice whatever wounds that you're having are healing up as your body's like the areas of impact, neon red begins to sort of shift over and very Attack on Titan-esque begins to sort of just go over, steam, and heal up. You are healing in this instance, but you still have this debris on you. It doesn't look like anything impaled you at the moment. So all you really have to do is just bench press this thing off of you.
Yeah, while you scurry off to get your bag, I'll try to lift up the pieces that are holding my legs in place and trying to get my body out of it. Still waiting on the ground, and once I dislodge myself, I just watch you and the area you're walking to, because I have no clue where we are.
With that, as you see just the moaning, you have to be careful a little bit, as you know, like almost at first instinct, let me just push this up, and you feel the entire thing shake, and you have to be a little bit more careful and delicate, but you're able to get yourself off, dust off. Anki, going over to your bag, looking inside, shifting through your battery that you have, you managed to save. But as you try to go for the device, as you pull it out, you can feel that whatever liquid was inside immediately like comes out of it and it's just drooping all over the place. As each of the 4 sections that were alight and full and sort of ready to go seem to have broken.
Okay, so do you want the good news first or the bad news?
Speak up. What is it?
Well, that's not an answer. Do you want the good news first or the bad news?
Do you really want me to? And I start like getting off of the floor. To start
whoa.
walking
You might
towards
still be hurt. Okay. Well, the device is here. That's good. The device is broken, but it's here. And my whole thing is fixing things.
It's broken?
Yeah, but we can if it's broken, it can be fixed.
Did you have cotton in your ears when they said that if that key was broken, we had to go through all of the layers of this goddamned forsaken place to get the keys of every section? And that's the whole reason why I said if something happens to it, something happens to you?
Well, yeah, but even in that, we know how to fix it. So these are actionable steps that we can take, and it's fine.
Yeah, by walking through every layer we have to with your face everywhere and people looking for you.
We can get I can hide.
So you'll hide away and I'll do all the work?
Oh no, you hide too, and then the work is just being sneaky.
Yeah, because that worked great last time there was mist following you.
Okay, but now the mist probably thinks I'm dead.
I don't know how mist works. Besides the point. God damn it. Where even are we? And I look around the surroundings to vegetation to what is actually around us right now.
At the moment, you seem to be in maybe the second car of the train. You can't really see where you are right now. You do notice that at the moment, the train itself is slowly slipping a bit. As you see, you must be on some sort of edge. So you do know you're probably going to have to get out of here right quick. But you're not able to really see anything, as you seem to have crashed into some sort of metal that you're inside of a metal covering of some sort. So you're not able to see anything from this cart in particular.
Yeah, sure. So we need to get out of the cart. What is it, Anki?
What is it, Anki?
Is this room the engine room? And is the god battery still somewhere?
Your god battery that you have it there. So you have your
awesome.
god battery.
I retrieved it.
The
That's
smaller
fine.
ones that were there, gone. The one that you had got batteries there.
Who cares? Who cares about the little guys? Yeah.
I need my
awesome.
triple D, not my smaller triple A. Wonderful, wonderful. So with that, you have an understanding. You need to get out of here because if you stay any longer, you're going to crash into whatever chasm this thing is hanging off of.
Yeah, I think if there's still stuff of ours missing, and I see anything in the cart, I would instruct Anki to get it because he's lighter than I would be trying to get that stuff. Once we have any other possessions that would be scrambled around the cart, I'd say if you need help climbing out of this cart, because we do need to indeed get out, because at some point it'll tip and fall.
Okay. Do we know fall where?
No, we can't see where it would fall.
Okay.
Okay, it's just, and I walk to, is there an opening somewhere? Is there a window? Any kind of place where maybe the crash made a hole in one of the sides of the carts that I could go out of?
You see that, it's very much a standard train, so you can just go into the next train cart, which was the front of it. So you can only assume that if you're stuck in between, the front is probably the exit.
Yeah, sure. I'm looking for any place where I could get out of the cart, even if that meant going up, because I do have wings, so I would be able to go up. I'll start walking between the carts towards the first one and call behind me, "You better be following."
Yep.
Wonderful.
Very
wonderful.
gingerly, I am.
It's very simple. You do notice that as you walk towards the sort of front of the train, it is slightly defaced or deformed, that you're not able to sort of open the door. So it's very much you have to video game shimmy around as you sort of go to the side. At this point, you notice that whatever wall or section that you're in, you can hear aquatic noises coming from whatever is on the outside or whatever is on the outside of this wall. But where the section you are, where they're kind of shimmering in between, is this very large and deep chasm that has multiple pipes and steam coming out that seems to be all ventilating towards wherever you're going at. You can see that you're like on the inside of what looks like to be a larger dome structure, that you're in the almost plumbing or the heating of this place as you sort of shimmy your way into the front of the cart here. I will say, if anybody, if my two lovies, you can make a perception check for me to see if you notice something.
I would love to notice something.
Perception.
Do one as well, Anki.
Hell yeah.
Be
nice to me, random dice roller.
21.
21.
16.
16. You don't notice this, Anki, but you, Kydra, notice that as you get off into the main front train section here, you notice there are almost like footprints made from water that are leading out, giving you the thought that whoever was trying to kill you in this instance seems to also have survived the crash and is out and about in the city.
Okay. Speaking up, whoever attacked us, they seem to also have crashed with us. That's the most obvious answer for footprints leading away from here. Question is, if they woke up before us, why didn't they end it? Must have been hurt themselves.
Either they were also on the verge of death, or maybe they didn't need us dead anymore. Maybe they planted something on us.
As in, what could they plant on us?
I don't know. Tracker of some form?
All right. Well, and I start taking off my armor and I say,
Whoa!
strip down.
I listen. I just met you. I don't know
We
you like
need
that.
to see if there are trackers on us. You just brought up the topic, so strip down. I'll do the same. We can check.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go to one of I'll go to the back and I'll check.
We need to literally look at each other because I can't see myself.
Is this a bonding thing? Are we trying to bond right now?
Trackers, lantern.
Hmm.
And yeah,
So-
I strip down.
Fantastic. So with that, you guys take off, just making sure to sort of inspecting to see if there's any sort of rune or magic or device.
Yeah.
Not really, but is there anything that the two of you notice that would notice from each other in terms of scars or anything denoting that you think any of you would notice? I'll start off with you, Kydra. Is there anything that Anki would notice?
I'm thinking. Obviously, there are feathers around like the neck area as well, where there were feathers around her ears, the wings coming from her back. She has a robust build that I don't think there's a lot of, maybe you'd expect for someone who, seems to be ready to get in a fight a whole lot, for there to be a lot of scars. There aren't, because her body does heal very good and very well. Perhaps it is noticeable then in a few spaces where there are visible scars that seem to have, healed, seem to, like, maybe they were there since she was young. Yeah, I don't, except for those like obvious scars. And I think even if, well, Anki's more of an engineer and a developer like than a medical person. So I don't think they would I don't think they would know the origin or like know more about the scars because they aren't really into the whole medical stuff. So that wouldn't really say anything to them. But yeah, that's about it, I think. Nothing.
And then, Anki, what about you? Anything that Kydra would notice about you?
I think like he looks strong, but in that sort of, but not in any muscle group that Kydra would associate with combat training. So like it's all in the hands, forearms, shoulders, things for heavy lifting, things for dealing with heavy materials. He has burn scars along his arms that go from like the elbow up on both arms, and there's a horizontal scar running across the front of his stomach.
Wonderful, wonderful. Take a moment. No rolling necessary. There doesn't seem to be anything new or placed anywhere. So, no trackers, not even a mark or anything. Besides what you already came with. But beyond that, nothing.
Yeah. I don't think there will be any chatting or like clearly Anki is uncomfortable with this. So it's very routine like. And if Hydra is all clear and they don't have anything suspicious on them, she'll start putting her clothing and her armor back on.
Same. I was just standing there in my underwear, shivering. But yeah, the only other thing is that like the facial tattoos are just all throughout the body, even shining through where the scarring was. He just puts his clothes back on. He is caked up. That's canon. I'm not letting
Important
this
detail.
story. I'm not letting the story continue. My man's got cake. We need that acknowledged. But yeah, it says okay. Sorry, that was a stupid suggestion.
I don't necessarily think stupid is the word for it, but I didn't think of it, so it was worth checking if you brought it up.
So we should get. Should we get out of here? If
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
what's the likelihood that we find someone out there that was part of the people that were trying to get us?
Well, we are exactly going to do that. We're going to find them.
Okay. Well, okay. If that's Okay, so you have my you have my shield. That's good. Can I give you
Oh,
any?
right. What does it
Oh, so that's so. I think in the unconsciousness it would have gone back to being a watch. So you're probably just holding a watch, and I would say, well, okay, if you touch the front of the watch, if you just tap the front of the watch, a
right,
shield will
Benton?
expand out, and then once it's expanded, if you tap the back of the watch where the strap is, it'll send out a pulse of energy to the shield, and it'll protect you against supernatural forces. Or yeah,
Okay, and you made this yourself.
yeah. Well, I mean, you saw my arms. When you deal with volatile substances, sometimes that are of supernatural origin, you need sometimes just a hazmat suit isn't really enough, and you need something that can deal specifically with otherworldly. Yeah,
Because you've ever dealt with otherworldly substances?
but yeah, you have to. That's most of magic is otherworldly substances, reagents and components. Yeah,
Sure, all right. Madam, I'll look
I
at
could have
this
made
walk.
another suit out of it, but I thought a shield look was cooler. And then I realized very quickly that it only really covered my forearms if I held it up. And then, well, it was a bad design, but it's good for this, I guess.
Why would you give it to me and not use it yourself?
Well, because you were the one who was jumping in to fight people.
And
I'm just saying that there are things I can do to help make you have. I can not to say that your weapons and armor isn't good, but I can just make things. I can make things a little bit. I can add something to them.
you remind me of someone. Well, we'll see if you ever meet. We should get out of here indeed, and the plan is to find the person who was going to kill me. Because I don't want a person like that running around. It's either kill or be killed. I'm not gonna be the last one.
Okay, whoever that was, it seemed personal between you two. Well,
I
okay.
don't know them. Let's walk. I do have to say when you like with the whole shield thing, and if you I help you to get out of the cart first, before I follow, there is a thought in my head that's like this person has absolutely no reason to help me, yet they somehow found a reason for themselves to do it. Um and it's just like in essence for me it still feels like I'm kidnapping them, but they seem to have already rationalized this as in like, oh, you're helping me. Um and that's very curious. And I spare a thought for that, for him offering to watch to me and help both of us out of this cart.
Wonderful, wonderful. As the two of you begin to make your way out, sort of very much you guys are forcing the front of the door open as you just. You two immediately drop down into a nearby puddle, and with that, you get the full vestige of this rather strange place that you're in. As you both get down, the thing that you see in front of you at the moment is some sort of Art Deco looking mural. You see that is this bronze metal etched into the wall itself, depicting what looks like to be a man holding a staff and sort of this book of shining light coming from it, with people all trying to go towards this person with their hands extended out. You can see that on the plaque itself, there's words written that start off with "Welcome to the Education City," or section in this instance. But before you can see sort of that welcome, there is a spray paint over it that says just hell in these big red letters. But beyond that, it's relatively low level of light in this place, as some sort of electricity is running here, but it's flicker and faint, as you can only really see some neon signs that provide some light in this area. And you can see there are some abandoned elements to this place. There's overgrown coral, and scattered about this place are these purplish, almost glowing crystals that are growing out of the cracks of concrete that's here. It's a rather strange place, and particularly a hot one too, as the humidity of this place is very much unlike anything you've encountered, Aki. Very much where you've grown up, it has always been like a temperate. It's always been perfect. Here it is that tropic hot. It is uncomfortable.
That's nasty. Just like that, immensely. Yeah, the crystals. Can I pocket some?
You can go up if you want to. You can make a medicine check for me if you'd be so kind.
How's my medicine? All right. It's not. No, if I start saying it's not the worst, I'm going to roll bad. I need to be humble.
It's not that one.
It's
Humble
a
yourself.
14.
14. As you go towards one of the crystals, you can see that it kind of reacts with you. And before you even are able to touch or grasp it, you get a feeling that you shouldn't be touching these, let alone trying to collect it. You still can, but you don't know what may happen. You just have a feeling that this is probably not a good idea.
I can't just let that lie. We're gonna have... Okay. Short creation, inspire, augment. No. Is there anything... Have I ever come across anything like this in writing? Because I think I would have...
Yeah.
I think I
From what
would have
you
kept
roll-
myself... Yep.
Yes, from what you roll, this is very much a thing of like, collect it, just don't touch it. Make sure that it's in a... When you're collecting it, that no part of your organic skin touches this thing. You can see that it reacts to organic material, organisms, so it is a good idea that when you collect and store this thing, it's not near anything that is of organic material.
Oh, that's fine. I definitely have like a set of tools in my bag. I'm just gonna pull out like some heavy-duty tongs, and I'm just gonna my shard of creation, I'm gonna turn it into like its resting state, which is just a pair of gloves on my hands. I'm gonna take out the tongs from my bag, and I'm just gonna put them into a separate pouch of my bag, so that there's no danger of me reaching in there for something and accidentally making skin contact with it. So I'll put it on like maybe one of the outside-ish pouches.
Yeah, as you're doing that, going about, Kydra, looking about, you can see that the footprints continue, and it looks like they head towards what looks like to be... There's a sign that says pavilion. It looks like this person went that direction.
Yeah. Pausing a second, having in mind that I want to keep following those footprints, but seeing Anki go to one of the walls and prod or get closer to this crystal, I take a few steps closer. I keep an eye mostly around us to this unfamiliar surrounding and want to have my awareness out in case I see anything moving. But I'll talk towards Anki. What do you need that for?
You never know. You never know when something... Crystals are very good conductors of energy. And don't touch it, by the way. No, not because of me being precious about it. Just if you're going to touch it, don't let it touch your skin. I don't know what the reaction will be.
Not planning on it. I'm not planning on it. It's fine.
Good. But just from very cursory interactions, it has some reaction. Letting it have skin contact will cause some reaction. I don't know which yet, but it won't be good. So it might be useful for not only some build possibly in the future, but also if we need to just chuck something highly reactive to at someone.
I already imagine us like playing ping pong with the shield, like basically throwing it up and then like like towards people.
Yeah.
Just all right. I'll give you a minute to take this, but let's keep moving, please. I don't know where we are. I'm not familiar to the surroundings.
Okay.
We need to get more of a grip, and I don't know what's out there.
Of course. Just for reference, so that you also know where not to put your hand in my bag, I'm just gonna show the pocket that it has it. Don't touch this unless you have gloves on and also are using some other sort of implement. I don't know if it can burn through fabric.
Again, it's unnoticeable to Anki, but it clocks in my head that it's like he's telling me all of these things to like be like, oh, be sure to not touch here and like be careful and stuff. And I'm just like, why? But I nod and I don't speak out loud and I say, just get it.
Yep. Got it. Sling bag over my shoulder. I'm just gonna scurry up behind you. Just keep walking.
Wonderful, wonderful. With that, going in the direction of the footprints?
Yes, that's the plan as long as I can.
With that, you begin to follow the footprints, and as you do, you go walking for a bit. And you begin to see kind of a little bit more and more of where you are, as you see that it is a completely stark difference from where you are used to, Anki, as it is dimly lit. There are a number of buildings that are run down, and you soon begin to see along the streets these charred corpses that are very almost Pompeii-esque, but have these sort of purple same crystals growing off of them. But you see they look like to be in panic poses, either hunkering down or trying to run away from something, as something happened here, but you don't necessarily know what.
Do the crystals look like they were... Okay. Do the crystals give the impression of impact spread out, or do they give the impression of that the crystals are a blanket? Because you said Pompeii-like. You can, depending on the concentration of crystals, do I get the feel of like something came from the east, and because most of like that side of their bodies is covered in the crystal.
Yeah. From what you can get, it seems explosion based. It looks like something went off, and then anything that got caught. So it doesn't necessarily seem like something was chasing or something was in the streets. It looks like something just went off. And it does explain some of the buildings that are run down, as you see that they look like they were hit by an explosion as well. So there seems to be some sort of singular impact that happened here.
And do I get the impression that the explosion was big crystal and then shards went everywhere? Or do I think that the crystals might be like an effect of radiation? As an example.
You don't necessarily know in this instance. I won't make you roll for it either, because it's a lot of theory and there are multiple things you can think of, but you don't necessarily know.
I think without knowing, I just pull out a notebook and I'm writing down the possibilities that it could be, and I'm just making notes of I should revisit this later.
With that, taking down notes, I think you're the first to notice as you guys continue to walk through a sort of thick layer of mist begins to form.
No. No, it doesn't. Turn the music
No.
And
back.
battle music starts playing.
Okay, calm down, you two. Calm down. It's just mist. Whatever.
No, it's
not like
not.
this whole movie about what
It's never
happens in the
just
mist.
missed with you.
It's just mist. We're episode 3. You don't know me. You don't know me. With that, you see this sort of thick layer of mist begins to form. You can still kind of see what's in front of you, but not necessarily see what's far out. And as you're beginning to go, I think, Hydra, given your eyesight and your ability, you notice this first, that there is someone almost in the mist walking in the direction from where the footprints are. They're limping at the moment, so it looks like they're sort of dragging their left foot, and you can hear some sort of moan of pain as they're trying to go to the side, almost like they're calling for help.
Immediately, I press. God damn it! The Ben 10 press on the watch to activate the shield around it, and I step in front of Anki with my mace in the other hand, calling out, "Stay away! This is your last chance, whoever you are. Don't get any closer."
You see your voice speaking up. The figure itself stops, and then, almost like if they're moving in reverse, begin to towards you as you see their head just tilt.
Eyes fixated on that figure, making sure still that Anki is behind me in arm's reach. I don't move forward, and I also don't go back. I don't give them an inch. I wait until I can see more clearly who this person in front of us is. I think by build alone, I figure out that it's not the person who crashed with us. So that leads me to conclude, okay, this is someone else. And I just stand ready. I'm not going to back down. I called out to them. I call out a second time. Your last chance, back away, or nasty things will happen.
You see the head tilts again, and almost repeating in your voice, but more echoey and distorted, it goes, "Last chance, last chance, last chance." And you start to see they begin to move. They go on all fours and go in your direction. As you see, what comes out of the mist itself is this figure, almost like looking like it was a person, but part of their clothes is ripped and tattered, and in these sections you see crystals glowing out. Their face is almost gotten skeleton-like as you see these large purple eyes glowing as their jaw just completely unhinges as they attempt to grapple you. I'm gonna need a strength check from you, Kaitra, if you'd be so kind.
Does it help? Do I get advantage by the fact that I was standing ready waiting for them?
No. You're ready, but no. So just roll. Believe me, my luck is not great, so it's already going off great.
Oh my god.
So, what do you need? A strength check?
Strength saving throw.
Okay. Ooh. 21.
I went on a 9. So with that, you see this creature on all fours jumps at you like a predator, but you're flinging it off to the side as you see it
With
goes
the
into
shield.
one of the goes off into one of the nearby shops, and sort of the glass shatters. Last chance, last chance. and you start to notice that in the mist behind you, there are more eyes glowing as you
Yeah.
sort of way you came in is no longer a viable option.
Yeah.
Love.
Love that, you know. So indeed, I think the first reaction after I threw this one off balance, I'd immediately scan indeed for others, and I see other eyes, like the glowing crystal eyes in the mist. And I just say, well, I hope you're up to speed to run again, because we're running.
Yep.
Go, follow me. I'll try to. Yeah, it's easy to run in another direction from something, because you just don't want to be in that direction of those things. Everything else is fine.
Want to roll a survival check, if you'd be so kind to me, to see if you can find a way that is not full of whatever the hell this thing is behind you.
Can I help?
You can help. So
Oh,
you get
yeah.
advantage
help.
on whatever you roll there, Kydra.
I have my would using my goggles that give me different types of vision work.
Yeah,
Do
I mean,
help
yeah,
something?
that if you want to, that's how you help, sort of with the pulling out your goggles, right? Putting in your head and just switching to see if
Yeah.
you can see through
Okay.
this mist.
Because I can go
Okay.
invisibility, magic, X-ray. I can just be switching between the lenses, being like this way, this way, this way, this way.
Yeah, with advantage, that's again 21.
Wonderful, wonderful, you two. With that, you two begin to run in a specific direction. Going down the street, you can see that these creatures are like hidden. Some of these statues, the charred corpses that you see, are just that, corpses, but other ones you see come to life and begin to sort of come in your direction, as it's almost a mix mash. Some of them come from nearby stores or buildings, seeing you run. As you see, there's sort of almost a mini horde trying to come at you. You, Anki,
Where the
with
hell
your-
are we?
You looking through your visors, Anki, you try to find a way, and you can see immediately to the right there is sort of this alleyway that can lead up to higher ground, which is better than nothing. You see there's sort of a fire escape you can kind of go up, so that's where you can see where you can go.
I'll point it out, shouting.
Yeah. Let's go. And as we are running, I'll take your lead on that, and we'll run towards that fire escape.
Oh wait, do I have thunder? Okay. Awesome. I'm gonna, once we get up to the higher ground, I'm gonna say, I can try to do a thing. I can try to do a thing.
You don't try, you just do something.
Okay. Off my belt clip, I'm gonna unclip my hammer. Because we're a fan of buttons, there's a button on the wooden handle. I click it, the hammer expands to the size of a giant warhammer with a crystal at the top of it, and I'm just going to hold it. Once we're up top, I'm not gonna really fully wait, but I'm just gonna wait until there's like a few bodies, a few of these like crystal zombies at the bottom of the ledge. And I am going to use my mercury hammer to create a shockwave.
Fantastic. They have to make a save, or are you attacking them?
They need to make a DC 15 con save. So the crystal glows, and I just let the hammer come down onto the ground, just creating a shockwave that ripples down to the lower section.
Fantastic. With that, they did get above a 15. So, as you are going about, you pull out your hammer right quick, put it towards the ground, and as you shoot, you see that they are able to dodge out the way as they go into a nearby puddle. But as that kind of goes on and you're trying to reload right quickly, you guys are getting ready for whatever's going to happen next. You see that out of nowhere, a bolt of lightning hits a sort of nice batch of them in the puddle, almost frying them instantly, while from another, a fireball goes off, hitting what looks like to be one of the nearby vehicles in the area. An explosion, and at this instance, you see all the creatures and begin to sort of run away back in this instance here. As you see that something out of somewhere saves you, but as you sort of turn around in this instance, I think the thing you hear first, Kydra, is a gun. As you see what looks like to be an individual pointing it in your direction, as another one is on the side. Their faces are covered at the moment, and with that, you just hear the voice go, "Okay, who are you?"
I think I immediately, indeed, the moment there were projectiles coming from behind us, another direction towards these zombies, I would have turned with the shield towards, like, try and spot where it came from. Seeing these people currently covering their faces, I am still very on edge, and I grip my mace a little closer. Survivors, who are you?
We're survivors too, but you see the almost like taller, maybe slightly older one kind of takes control of the conversation from the person holding the gun. Goes, "Are you scavengers?"
No.
"Prove it. Show me your arms."
I nod at Anki. Like, I give him a little poke.
I'll the hammer stays the size that it is, but I'll just clip it onto I do some tech bullshit, and there's now a strap along it, but I slide it onto like loops that are on the strap of my bag. So I did it there. Of my arms, I think we described this in the first episode, but like, yeah, one of my arms is mechanical from the elbow down, and then both have that scarring, and then the other one from the elbow down is regular. Apart from like my scarring, I'm vibing.
And I watch the two of them closely as my eyes flip between the two as Anki shows his arms. Do I register a sense of relief in their eyes? Like,
Yeah, definitely relief as you see the two of them look at each other, and at this point take off whatever is covering their faces. And with that, you see two individuals that look like siblings in nature. You see the one that was holding the gun seems to be the youngest. Their hair is black, long and sort of unkept. They seem to be wearing what looks like a combination of like red and black clothes that's slightly tattered for this region. And the other one you see seems to be older. You see that they have scars along their face and side and tattoos along their shoulders. They're just wearing what looks like to be is like a sleeveless black shirt, blue hair that's short and kept, very much like cut with just in a very whatever they could find way. But I think the thing that interests you, I think you would notice more in particular than Anki, these are both mortal planers. These aren't necessarily extraplanar individuals. They're both from the mortal plane. And kind of go, the oldest pulling up, "I'm very sorry. We can't be too careful with scavengers in the regions and the corrupted. My name is Isabella, and this is my sister Rama." She goes, "Hello."
who are these scavengers that you talk about?
Other survivors that tend to prey on people. They're known by their tattoos that they have along their arms, so we try to avoid them as best we can.
Well, we just where exactly is here?
You see they look at each other. Well, you are in the learning section of this fucking city. Essentially, this is where all the science and information of the city was stored. Until something happened here.
I scholar, me scholar. I'm rattled, so I'm forgetting how to speak. But is there anything I can do here?
Well, not much, but if anything, this isn't exactly a great place to talk. So, how about you accompanying us to our camp? You seem to be hungry and in need of some refreshment, maybe?
I'll just look at Kydra. Do we trust them?
Do you actually say that out loud?
In a hushed tone.
Do we trust them?
Okay.
Do we trust them?
Do we
trust
them?
I'll give a shake of my head to you in response.
Then
But
I'll
I
just-
Do we refuse?
will gladly follow you. And I'll put away my mace to the side, and I will undo the shield for now. But I'm very much still aware of them. I want to appear less hostile by putting away the weapons, but that doesn't mean I am less hostile.
I think as you do that, and I see it in the same way that you had those little moments, I'm having a little moment of, this doesn't make sense to me. Why would you admit to not trusting someone but then follow them? That's like, because I think for Anki it's like, well, do I believe you? No, but I don't have to believe you to trust you. Where those are very different things for me. Where, like, do I believe everything that Gaidra and the doctor were saying? Not entirely yet, but I do trust that they aren't gonna let me die and stuff. So I'm like, oh, why are we following them? So I'm happy to follow. I'm happy to follow even if I don't believe. But follow and not trust, that's a little bit weird for me. So I just am very silent while we're walking.
Wonderful, wonderful. You, with that, sort of following behind them as they take charge, begin to head up into one of the nearby vents. As you see, the oldest Isabella kicks it in. And with that, you guys begin to crouch in. And with that, you're able to see the city in its full. You see, you are correct about you being in some sort of dome-like structure. As you see, there is a giant dome over the city, and above it, or what's on the other side, you can see is a number of aquatic life beyond dreaming. You see there's various fishes and a whole ecosystem that seems to be flourishing here. But the city itself looks something more out of a nightmare as you see the sort of half-glowing neon signs and the splashes of this purple-colored ice shards that seem to have littered across this place like an explosion happened. With that, you head into one of the nearby what looks like to be cityscapes, or sort of skyscrapers of this place, heading up. And as the door opens into one of the nearby, maybe a penthouse or something that used to be, you can see what looks like to be a makeshift camp. There's multiple tents there. You see that there is a main fire with two individuals sort of cooking up something at the moment. As you sort of walk in, you can see that these individuals are interesting in their own manner. One more than the other for one of our members here, as the first individual you see is this massive hulking figure, almost maybe 6.5 feet tall. You see their skin is almost snow-like white with these antlers that protrude from their head, and their hair very much done up and very in the fashion of a scholar, even though, again, time has eroded here. But you see their eyes are sort of pitch black, irises and sort of circles. They're cooking at the moment. But the other individual that you see worries you a little bit, Kytra, as you see that their skin is completely almost like this floral green, hair pink, almost like a rose petal, eyes red with a little bit of green. But you notice the clothes they're wearing seems to be that of the Empire's soldier. You see that it's very much this soldier uniform that is very ripped and teared, as they seem to be doing stuff. If they were in the military, they might know who you are. whether that be good or bad. But at the notice, as you sort of walk in, they don't notice or know who you are instantaneously, but as something you may want to keep track of. Going through, you see that these two individuals look up, and the taller of these individuals kind of goes, "Well, splendid. It is a pleasure to have guests finally. Who do you bring to us?" You see Yaman, the smaller. This is... Did we get their names? Isabella, I don't think we did. What are your names, or what should we call you?
I panic, and I don't have, because I'm in London, I don't have my notebook in front of me. What was the name of the god that I hyperfixated on?
Nasi, if I'm correct.
I'll say, Nasi.
Nasi, interesting name.
You know,
Very similar to the name of a god that once lived.
religious upbringing.
I understand. And what about the bird friend?
Wait, bird friend? Did they say that?
Yeah, sort of in your direction.
Damn, get their ass. Kill them.
I
Roll initiative.
won't. But where Anki panicked a little bit, I think I'm more practiced in this. And I'll say Griffin.
Griffin and Nasi, your name rings in our ears. It is a pleasure to finally have you with us. Please, you must be hungry. We are cooking up soup, though it is not as tasteful as I would like it. You see the other individual go over and kind of just a little cautious, kind of goes, I'm Tenny, hi. And you already met the two idiots. And you see Yaman kind of go, I don't like that word, idiot. I'm, again, Yaman, and this is my sister Isabella. And whoever that is, we don't know. And as you see that they point to one of the nearby pillars, tied up, with their sort of mouth tied up, hands tied up, is the person that tried to kill you, as they seem to have been caught by these people and very much is looking at you with daggers in their eyes. Kytra, but is tied up at the moment.
I just look at Kytra. That's your friend.
Is that your friend?
Well, no. Well,
No,
friend
and
in the sense of like they know. Well, okay.
No, I speak up and I say, that person tried to kill us. And I walk over to them tied to a pillar. And as I walk over, I take my mace out of the like metal ring holder that it's in, and I hold it in my hand as I walk over.
You see the big guy over here goes, whoa, 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 we do not condone that here. They are only tied up due to the fact they tried to steal my soup without asking nicely.
Tom Bombadil looking ass. Fucking.
Yeah, well, forgive me for being a little agitated that they didn't ask me if I wanted to die before they tried to kill me.
You see Isabella kind of go, look, the big guy is right. We do not kill people like that unnecessarily. Though they are hostile, I don't think it's a good idea to kill them. We haven't seen them around, so clearly they must have found a way out of here.
No, they crashed with us. I'll happily... Look, I get the hospitality rules. I'll happily take them out of your camp and kill them there.
Isabella looks at the big guy. I've made myself perfectly clear. I shall not harm life. I do not think we should harm this person, as they were simply hungry. Any transactions before that landed here is of no matter to me.
I fuck with this guy.
I fully do not fuck with this guy, but I put my mace back in its holder and I say, happy to have your hospitality.
Splendid. Please come by the fire. Tell us your stories. You are most interesting, Nasi and Griffin. Yeah, but you see the other two sisters begin to sort of put the stuff they collected back down. Tanny, you see, is like messing or sort of sharpening a dagger at the moment, just looking over you too suspiciously, but is there as you guys kind of come over to the campfire.
I'll just go over, sit, and I'll say, well, I'm an inventor, and I was on a train, and then the train crashed. And that was honestly the weirdest... Is it still the same day?
Time should be the same.
Okay, then it's also my birthday today, so that's pretty fun.
Well, happy birthday. I am sorry for the inconvenience.
It's fine, you know. Just a 1,000-mile stare. You know. Sometimes birthdays. What's the crystals?
Ooh, that is a bit of a tricky thing. And you see, before he begins to talk, you see Tenny kind of go over, before we get to that lovely story, what about you, Griffin? You were on the same train when it crashed?
Yeah, I'm his bodyguard.
You seem to have come from the top plane. In terms of the city above. Why are you with the meek here?
It's usually
this
how
hellhole?
crashing works, right? You don't decide where you crash.
Guess so.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can continue, big guy. I'm just curious. Got this feeling in the back of my head.
We're not gonna stay with you guys any longer than your hospitality runs. Believe me, we're not planning to stay down here if we can make any of it.
Oh, we are in agreement. We have been grouped for several months trying to figure a way out of this chaotic place. The crystals, as you so put it ever so slightly, were part of something that happened to the plane quite some time ago that I've been trying to piece together. From what I can understand, something exploded, and from there, these crystals, along with the creatures, came forth. You see, I lived in this section of the city for quite some time, and it was a wonderful thing in its heyday. But sadly, science sometimes outpaces a planer's grasp. I've been trying to piece what actually happened the day of, well, the sunburst event.
My hand is up.
Yes.
Okay, follow-up questions. Notebook out. Go to my page. Okay, so the explosion, was the explosion of crystals, or did the explosion cause the crystals like an effect, like a radiation-like effect?
You can think of it similar to a planar rift. The explosion happened, causing several entities of some sort to come through. You see,
are
he
the entities
points-
are the entities the zombified beings, or did the entities bring the crystals that created the zombified beings?
a little bit of both. Some of the beings are here, but the zombified creatures are part of a hive mind, from what I could gather.
Part of a hive mind. That sucks. I'm just writing it down.
Oh, it does indeed suck.
Okay. The sunburst event, you called it.
Yes, this is what we called it.
Have I ever heard of that? Have I ever heard of that?
Somewhat. Maybe. And from your point of view, you've never heard of that at all. You have no idea what the hell he's talking about. Sunburst event. That's never in your life.
Never even if I snuck into a library or a record that I shouldn't have, because I think I had rowdy teenage years.
You did, but the thing is, from what you can gather, if you're not knowing what this is, that means this happened probably after or when you were born. So this happened during your birth. Wouldn't be recorded.
So
necessarily.
okay. So I can narrow down the year to be like,
yeah. So it's like
not during my
within your
lifetime.
lifetime, this thing happened. So it isn't necessarily something that happened in the past.
Okay. I just make a note of that. Okay.
You see,
Yeah.
Isabella kind of goes off the side. As much as they probably would love a wonderful conversation about the hard piece of shit that place we live in now, I think it's time we let them eat and have that rest. Nasi Griffin, feel free to stay as long as you like. And if you must leave, leave. But we will be more than welcome to have you here.
We'll accept your hospitality to rest up a little bit. However, indeed, we have to see how safe we feel here with, well, someone who went after to kill us here.
Don't worry about them. They are very much tied up and are not leaving anytime soon with that wound on their leg.
Appreciated. Oh, I think Anki. No. I don't even. Do I even know? Because last time I called you Lantern, because I don't even think I would know your actual name, right?
Objectively hilarious if you don't.
Yeah, because that's why last time I used Lantern. Because I don't think objectively I think
You haven't really learned his name yet, no.
no. Yeah, I haven't taken the
Well,
like,
oh no, yeah.
chance.
Well, the question is, were you at the big announcement festival thing? Because there,
they
people were
call
like,
your name there.
Yeah, but that's like, if you hear somebody's name once, you think you're gonna remember it. Like, let's be very honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
me going up to the nicest traders today, being like, "What was your name?"
So this fuck up did not happen, Nasi. Because I wouldn't even know your name. But yeah, I'll say I think Nasi could use some rest.
I unfortunately am kind of like, I have my food and I'm just sort of rocking back and forth, just notebook in my hand, like caffeine shakes, and I'm like, don't make me go to bed. I have so many questions. I turn and I just take a deep breath. Yes, rest would be good. Nothing like some nice historical documented light reading before sleep. Do you have any of those here? I'd love to. If there's any accounts of the Sunburst event and what happened, I would.
Not much in my archives, but this place did belong to a scientist, so maybe somewhere in his library over there. Though I doubt you'll find any meaningful information.
I just look at you with a crazy look in my eyes of information is in a place, and I want to go to that place. Can I please go to that place?
Is there any way we could get there? The place you're talking about?
Well, the library's just over there. He kind of points over. He's talking about a sort of makeshift study. So he's just like, yeah,
Okay.
over there.
You look back
One,
at me, I'm
two,
gone.
3. No, he's a fast one.
Looney Tunes, puff of smoke in the body of Anki.
We
I'm
love
in the
an
library.
Eagle student. And he kind of goes, maybe you should rest, oh great Griffin.
I'll accept that, but my plan is I want to keep eyes on Anki. So, I'll accept it and I'll say, happily take that offer up, yes. Thank you for the soup.
Wonderful, wonderful. Parting ways. We'll do one last scene here before we go on our break. But Anki, you head over towards this very much makeshift rundown study. We proceed to go through the books. He wasn't kidding when this stuff said it was damaged. There's like water damage here. A lot of it is already stuff you have in nicer editions. So it's very much just like crap, double crap, wet, don't know what this is. There's paper ripped out of here for firewood. and sort of going through, you're not really finding anything. But as you proceed through, you see almost coming off from your chest again that sort of light that you saw before. And soon they fall onto the ground and lead you somewhere.
I'm gonna get up off the desk. I'm gonna start walking.
With that, you proceed to walk in its direction, and you see that it goes into what looks like to be maybe the bedroom of this place. But as you do, yes, you child. Magic. With that, you see that it proceeds to go a little bit into the bedroom and then straight into the ground where one of the nearby almost like wood panels of the floor is, and sort of going over it, stepping, you can see that it is hollowed out.
Is it a
that
deep
creak.
fall?
No, it's more like you know, people hide stuff sometimes in their
Oh,
like,
yeah.
floorboard kind of
I'm
deal. That's
there.
what you do.
I'm right there. Yeah.
Open it up. It seems to be an amalgamation of papers and a notebook in here.
Yoink. I'm taking them. Yeah.
You read them?
Absolutely, I am. I know I have multiple languages. I have the polyglot. I'm a polyglot, so I'm just, yeah. I think
you notice that this book is written almost like bilingual. You see there's one language and then sometimes goes off into another language. Whoever this person was very much trying to keep their stuff secret at least. But from what you can gather, this notebook for some reason belongs to some sort of person known as an archivist. From what you can gather in the early details, they are a sort of high-ranking scientist that collects information here or works within the upper echelons of the Grand Observer. Essentially the person who would have the key to get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, awesome.
Reading through a little bit more, you kind of get that information. You see that the particulars that you're drawn to here towards the end, before maybe where this sunburst event happened, as the date of it matches up a little bit of when you're kind of born or the age in between. You can see that he writes about, he's working with the Grand Observer on the experiment. He doesn't really say anything, but he's kind of scared for his family. The riots that happened when the city itself got cut off turned people, his friends, into what he says savages. People are hurting each other. And he's concerned for his family. So he really states about believing that this experiment that the Observer is doing is key to getting out of here, or at least reconnecting with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You see that the notebook paper on the back has instructions he was given by the Grand Observer, by this leader, of a hidden entrance to this archivist library where they have more information about what exactly, this experiment is and where they can move on from. So from reading this and sort of gathering what's going on, you notice that whatever information you may need to get out of here is probably in this library. And it seems that you have a way to get in there via a hidden entrance if need be.
As much as I can, I will transcribe into my own notebook.
Mm-hmm.
So that I'm not relying on memory, so that I have a one-to-one copy. So that I have a one-to-one copy, and once I have all the information I think I can get, I'll just put it back. And honestly, at this point, I don't think that I've made any correlations between like me being an element of the sunburst event. I think that possibility hasn't even crossed my mind yet. I'm just like, oh, it just lines up to that's why it's a gap in my knowledge, because I was too young to know about it. But anyway, yeah. Once I have it all written down, I'm gonna go find Kaidra. And if Kaidra is asleep, I'm just gonna sort of sit down next and wait. If Kaidra is awake, I'm just gonna lightly tap.
I did say that I would want to keep an eye on you. So with all intents and purposes, that is exactly what I did. And I did follow you some of the way.
Jump scare out of the corner into the...
I'm like, I'm gonna go get Kaidra.
You walk back and you turn a corner and I'm standing next to the wall and you jump as I say. Find anything interesting?
Yes. I think I know. Well, I don't know the way out yet, but I know where to find the way out. I know where to find the information for it.
How did you figure that one out?
Well, I was at the desk, and then a pool of golden light came out of my chest and fell, and created a trail on the ground.
Katra, he sounds insane to you. You just saw him walk from the library to there. There was no golden light, whatever the hell he's talking about. So
and then I got to the room, and the light was on a floorboard, and I pulled it open, and then there was this notebook, and this notebook says it.
Did you leave that notebook? Did you take that notebook?
I put the notebook back because it's not mine, but I have everything transcribed in my own.
Alright, so you found a notebook that magically told you where we should go while this group of people, survivors here, have been here for months and they haven't found that notebook.
Well, knowledge isn't magic. Well, it is in its own way, but the notebook didn't magically tell me that it
Do
was
you
written down in
realize
the notebook.
how strange it sounds that you found this on our first hour in this place while these people have been trying to get out for long?
Do you realize how crazy it is to tell someone that's been living in a tower for 30 years that they need to get out of the tower because they're part of something way grander than themselves?
It's not the same. You're not answering my question.
I'm saying I saw a light and it opened up my eyes and I'm happy now. I saw the light threw me to the notebook, and the notebook has information that is pertinent to what we're doing.
As long as we don't have a better lead to follow, we'll follow it, I guess. But first, I truly do think rest is needed. We did, after all, go through a train crash.
So, okay, yeah. Okay, now that I have this information, I know where we're going, I can sleep.
As you like start walking back and I join behind you, why didn't you run?
Because that wouldn't have been nice. I mean, it's my fault that we crashed, and also you were fighting, you were trying to, even if I don't 100% still believe everything that you're saying, you haven't been hostile to me, except for that time you knocked me out. But even that was an act of... That was an... The end goal was... It's hard to justify, okay? Look, you've been helping me. It would be wrong to leave you in a place where you could die. At the very least, I owed you to you to wake you up.
Okay. All right. It's an answer. I was wondering. You gave me an answer. That's fine.
Are you surprised I didn't let you?
I didn't know the answer to it, so I wanted to know. That's all there is to it.
Okay. I mean, I said I'd follow you until we figured out where this went. So can't do that if you're dead in a sunken train.
That's very astute of you.
I've been told that I'm quite wise. And then I walk out.
Fantastic. As you're both walking out, if you'd be so kind for me, I don't think Anki would notice, but Kaija, can you make a perception check for me? Be so kind. Mira, coño! Via das mío!
Bobo.
I don't think I will notice either. It's an 8.
Nate, you both walk out, but you see that one of these survivors, you don't see who, has listened on to the entire conversation and knows a little bit more about their new traveling companions here. But
Don't worry,
we'll kill them all. But with that, we are going
It's
to take
because
a
they want to
quick-
kiss us.
Yes, they want to kiss you. Yeah, this is a dating sim, a very, very hard dating sim. But with that, we are going to take a quick break here. Some of us got to use El Baño and grab a snack, so you should do the same there, folks. We'll be back in a hot second. Until then, we'll see you soon, folks. Well, howdy there, folks, for the second half of Ascension, Episode 3. Before we get into this, a quick mention. As you can see on the right of me, we have been sponsored by a couple lovely people over at Cobalt Press. As you notice, we are playing their wonderful new book, The Complete Guide to the Labyrinth, or the Labyrinth book in short. You can type !TOV to find it, but essentially this book is a sort of subset of the core book of Tales of the Valiant, their 5e variant. And essentially this book has all wonderful things for creatures, places, and all the wonderful things so you can have your own extraplanar adventure out and about beyond the mortal plane. It is a wonderful thing that they have going on. It is Black Friday as well, so they have a couple deals going on right now. So if you can go on that link there, you can grab either their book there. They have monster books as well in case you want something, or if you want to get the guide yourself, it's a whole bunch of stuff you can purchase for yourself. So go check it out. But with that in mind, let's get back into the episode. You guys talk. You guys rest. You wake up maybe a couple hours. Time is hard to discern here as there is no light. There's no sun or moon going across. There's no sense of time here. You know time's passed, but it just looks the same. This dim light dark. If anything, your eyes have maybe adjusted a little bit better. You know, when you spend your too much time in the dark, you're able to see a little bit more better. And same happens to you. Waking up in this morning, I think, Anki, as you're resting, Kaito, did you rest at all? Did you like doze off, nap, or were you like the whole time like eyes staring at Anki?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Gotcha. So, whole time staring at Anki. Waking up, and at this moment, as you guys are sort of, as you all horrible people, get it together, children.
Wondering how hard those ass cheeks can clap. Yeah, just whew. It's okay. I don't know.
I sleep in that
distracted.
so I'm half on my back, one leg up. You know what I mean? There's just a constant little ass pop. And it's like
horrible. To jail with that. Waking up, they're serving just another round of with the leftovers of the soup in case you guys get hungry. But with that, I gotta stop saying with that. Norman goes up. So, you are leaving us, are you? Where do you intend to go?
I'm just gonna look at him. I'm just gonna say, do you know about the book?
I swear, what is up with you today?
I have con energy
What is
and I'm sorry.
in the water?
I have con energy and I'm sorry. I'm in a different country. There's who sleeps in the big bedroom?
No one. It was probably something of a person who lived here before.
Okay, and when you moved in here, did anybody do sort of like a safety check to make sure the floors were good?
You see Yaman kind of go, well, I scouted the place out, but I didn't really find anything.
Okay,
There's
because
nothing
I
of
found
real
something.
mention. You see immediately they all look at you. What did you find?
I even if he notices, but if he doesn't, it's fine. I give an encouraging nod, actually.
Just side-eyeing you, just seeing the encouragement, I say, well, you were all saying that you couldn't find a way out. There was a book under the floorboards that had inklings of a way out.
What would you see? He's starting to stutter. You know, this guy was more confident, more friendly, but he's like stuttering in terms of like surprise. Goes, may I see this supposed book?
I say, yes, of course. So I transcribed it in the night into my own notebook because I didn't want to disturb the original because it's not mine to disturb. But I'll show you where it was. I'm just gonna bring him there. I'm gonna open up the floor. Is it still there? Please say yes.
Yeah, it's still there. Please say yes. Yes, it's still there.
No, you're insane now.
Bug. I showed him the book. I said, "Did you never? Have you never seen this before?"
No, I've walked in here dozens of times and have never noticed that.
Okay. Well, it's written in language 1 and language 2. Can you read those?
Indeed. You
Yeah,
see,
so-
to.
Just gonna start showing him everything.
Closes it. What a wonderful find. It seems that there may be a way out of here, Isabella. And pipes up. So, what? We must go to the Grand Archive. It is where the information for whatever happened here. From what it is being read, that this person who used to live here was a inner circle member of the Grand Observer's team. So, if anything, it may be the key to finding out where the Grand Observer rests. If we can do that, we can find the key and open the portal out of here into the next section of the city.
Yeah. So we should go.
You see Tenny kind of go, "That's great and all, but what about our lovely guest?" And points over to the individual who's tied up. Plus, I don't think we should all go and risk our hides on a hunch. The last thing we want to do is leave our camp undefended.
All the two
Okay.
of us are going either way. Any of you who want to join are free to.
Indeed.
Don't give us the person that's tied up. We don't want her.
We we don't.
I wasn't intending to. That's
Just in case.
a shit idea.
Just in case someone was going to do like a monkey paw bullshit thing of like, you said anybody who wants to, she wants to.
I shall stay to make sure our guest is tended to and the camp is tidied up.
Okay.
Tenny? Tenny kind of looks back and forth. I'll go. I may need my superior skills. Fantastic. And one of the sisters, maybe. You see, we'll both go. We stay together. Then Tenny and the siblings there can accompany you. But you may want to move quick and be careful. Last time I checked, that territory belonged to the scavengers, maybe their holdout. The last thing you want to do is piss them off or be found by them. They are quite cruel creatures.
Okay. When we came in, you asked us to show that we weren't scavengers by showing our arms. Is there anything that we can do to them to show that we are, to make them think that we are scavengers?
Well, from what I've read, you have two options. Either you could do what you are planning to, and either if you have any kind of illusion magic, or you can simply cut the markings of the scavengers into your arms, or you can go through the back entrance, this so-called hidden entrance, and try to sneak your way through.
My arms are already pretty fucked up. I don't know if I want to do anything else to them.
Who? Tenny and who else was gonna go more?
Tenny and the two siblings, Yamin and Isabella, are gonna come
Okay.
with you guys.
And Tenny is the one with the Empire soldier's uniform, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm open to taking any route, but being stealthy, we could try, but I would probably go behind because I'm not the stealthiest one.
If worst thing comes to worst, Tenny says, we can always cut one of our arms in case, and if we get caught, one of us could pretend to be a scavenger saying we have some fresh meat.
Yes, but then eventually people of us would be captured and we'd have to fight our way out either way.
Suggestion.
So we're sneaking.
Sneaking it is, and it is my forte at least.
What's my
Good.
okay? My stealth isn't horrible. That's fun. Can I
You have
do
a
anything with
plan?
my augmentations? Give me a second.
Looking
I don't
through
like scrolling on MacBooks.
with that, you can look through that. But beyond
Oh,
anything else, is there anything else you want to discuss or do before you leave this and go for the library?
No, I think I definitely have my opinions on a clearly indeed Tenny has an Empire soldier's uniform, and I think there's a curiosity in like, oh, that they run away or were they put here or how did they end up here? But I'm smart enough to know that asking those questions will come back in return, which I don't feel like answering right now. And even if they had like deserted, I think I'd really want to make them pay for it. And again, this is not the opportune time for that. But the questions are definitely there. I'm not gonna speak up about it.
Wonderful, wonderful. With that, you gather everything and you proceed to make your way into the sections of the city. You go down the steps through and enter into what looks like to be maybe more of the downtown area. As you see that whatever explosion happened, a high concentration of it happened here. As there are incredible amount of crystals here. You see statues of hard corpses. Every so often you see one of the survivors here just poke it just to make sure that they're not necessarily alive in a sense. So you do notice that these people have some sort of inkling how to survive here. With Tenny being the really main one charging the way, being on the front. But after a few moments, you guys find yourselves at the doorstep of this great library structure. At first, you don't think it looks like a library, as it looks a little bit more like a courthouse with its large marble pillars and beautiful bronze statue of what looks like to be a scholar holding some sort of book in the palm of their hands. But whatever this building once was is now something different. As you see, the main entrance of this place is bordered up with these makeshift pile of planks and woods, making like this makeshift wall. And you can see that there are paintings of what looks like to be this symbol of raging red eyes, which seems to be the symbol of these scavengers here. As you see, they have people going back and forth patrolling and just making sure that no thieves coming through. As you see that someone must have gotten caught, and at the moment they have this guy getting eaten by one of these horrid creatures as they're just shooting the shit and laughing about it as some sort of sick form of entertainment for them.
Can I do anything? Like, is there any hints or maps in the book that in the notes that I was able to transcribe?
Give me a quick. Let's make this. I think it's more like deciphering. So that you need your intelligence plus your proficiency. This is an investigation technically. So if you want to do that,
proficiency bonus is 3 right now, isn't it?
Yeah. So because you can see that the way he's written it in 2 languages, not just because that's how a brain work. It does seem to be a little bit of a cipher that you may need to decode a bit to see.
12, 13, 14. All right. 15.
15. Looking through, deciphering, you notice that the way he builds his language, the way he implements it, is not only for information, but is also a map in itself. And you very much Sherlock Holming it in your mind, placing it everywhere. You notice that the back entrance of this place, or the hidden entrance, seems to be on the far side of where the main entrance is. And there seems to be like a brick you just simply have to press that you can see.
I'll relay everything as I translate and figure it out.
All right, Tenny kind of hush tone. Okay, we're gonna go follow his directions. If anything goes wrong, you know how to get back. If we get separated, just run for it. Do not get captured. It's the last thing you want to do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. And in this instance here, you guys make your way towards this hidden entrance, which looks strictly like some sort of brick wall. And after pointing out the section where you need to press, it goes. And you see it begins to shift inward, back out, and this sort of makeshift entrance leading upwards opens up a space for you to get in. As you see, the siblings pull out their weapons, Tenny pulls out their knives as they prepare to venture deep in along with you. It's a moment or two as it is dark before you see what looks like to be electrical lights begin to kind of flicker on until you find your way out, and soon it opens up into this great library itself, which looks a little bit different than what you see in the outside, as it has this sort of massive foundation, very much of like a library that's hollow in the center with the books all around into it. As you see, it goes God knows how long down and how far up. And you can see it's got broken shelves, unkept sections, and sort of various sections with drums of barrels, like empty barrels where they just have fires going. And primarily you get a sense there are 4 floors. Just very much just doing quick scouting work as you see Tenny just vanishes like a puff of smoke and then kind of reperts back. There's about 4 floors here. You can see that the 4th floor is the top, where the outlook is, or sort of the lookout point, and where they keep most of like resources and everything that they use to defend themselves and feed themselves. The 3rd floor, where is the one they're more interested in, as it seems to be the old archives where information might be. The 2nd floor seems to be where the scavs are living, or their living quarters, and where they eat. So that floor is like a do not go there, because that's where a lot of them are. And then the 1st floor is the security post that you saw, and also where they have a number of prisoner pens. There are a couple of unlucky survivors here that managed to get caught and kind of relay this information to you guys.
Awesome. Okay. I'm just gonna let the book guide me. What floor do I think we need to go to? 3. Awesome. Damn. I'll just look at the guide there. How do we want to approach?
So we are underground, or like at 0, we need to go up to 3.
You can think of it, yeah, you're in a sort of side entrance. You're like on 1 maybe, the 1st floor, but a little out of the way. You have to make your way up to 3. So probably stealth check, unless something shenanigery happens here that forces them to divert attention. Your main problem that you're seeing is you gotta pass the living quarters, where the bulk of them are.
Great stuff.
Yeah. So it's either passing by there, trying not to get attention. Yeah, even if we pretended to be scavengers at this point, they wouldn't recognize us as people who are with them, so it wouldn't work at all. I think I'd ask, is there any way that anyone could help make us stealthier to go up? Because we do need to pass by their living quarters, and that's going to be rough.
You see Tenny approaches you. I may have something, but I'll be only able to do you 2. The siblings are going to have to do something else. I can only manage so many people. See siblings look at each other. Well, if we are going to have to leave, maybe we could focus on trying to find resources. We're going to need a lot of stuff if we're going to have to make our way to wherever we need to. So,
Great thinking.
thank you. So the younger sibling kind of says,
Yeah.
older sibling, we can handle ourselves. You guys can make your way to the 3rd floor. We'll make our way to the 4th. If anything, you can meet us at the 4th and we can try to escape from the top.
Okay. That seems
All right.
doable.
Good plan.
Perfect. We'll
You see
split.
they go off to the left while you have to go up right. Since Tenny is helping you, you guys can make your stuff checks with advantage. Yippee! 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 Yippee!
First roll 19.
Uh,
19 is the one.
Gotcha. Oh boy.
Can't see me.
I am happy for the advantage. First one was a 6, but this one is an 18.
Wonderful, wonderful. With that, you guys proceed to make your way up. More focused on you, if anything, Kaitra, as Tenny's like, foot. He's kind of making sure you don't step on a book or you don't step on anything, as you're the one who's not as light on your feet. But proceed to make your way up. Passing all of these scavengers that are eating whatever they can. You see they've hoarded a lot of the resources for themselves, but they've sort of stuck together, and you notice on their arms is sort of like cut into their skin a little bit, is like a makeshift tattoo of those eyes that they keep on their arms. It doesn't matter really which one. It's just more of a signature of like, hey, they're a scavenger. They're one of us. I think you, Kaitra, have seen this in your time here from time to time. And kind of know they're organized in a sense throughout the plains. But from here, you see this is whatever HQ section for this one is. But making your way up, you find your way into the old archives. As you see, there's very little activity here. There is the occasional guard patrolling about, but due to your roles and whatnot, you have no problem getting to where you need to go. Going through, following the directions.
Yeah.
You're going to say something, Kaitra?
No. I was just nodding along.
Yeah. No. But with that, you find yourself at the entrance of where this secret archive is, or it's kind of the one that would require more security, as it did have a metal door with a lock, but again, something happened here quite some time ago and blew that completely away, giving you space to this very rundown and old section of these archives that have information about it. The book does not tell you where it is, so you're going to have to look. That is the last maybe challenge you have here before you find any information worth its salt.
All right, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start putting my hands on things. I'm gonna start looking around.
Kaija, what are you doing in this instance?
I think honestly, it's too dangerous of a situation to be like, oh, let me also start looking around, because it's a choice, right? It's either look around both and maybe be faster about it, but be caught unaware if someone were to come up. So I think for now I would be keeping an eye on the hallway where we came from, to be sure that they can do or Anki can do the looking, and I am basically ready in case I hear anything.
On lookout, getting ready, looking through. I think Tenny kind of is in between.
Yeah.
If you'd be so kind for me, Anki, if you can roll an investigation for me, if you'd be so kind.
Anything for you, Pookie.
Thank you,
Be a good
Pookie.
roll. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you, dude. Can I have advantage because this is all I do?
No, what did you get? It's not that you won't get to find the information, just means it's going to take
15.
longer. 15? 15's not
15.
bad.
Yeah.
15's not bad.
But I have a +8.
15. It could be better than that. But with that, you are able to go through looking. It does take a slight amount of time looking through it. You do notice that the siblings are able to complete what they need to do and sort of meet with you here as well. As you see, they are lickety spit. And with the way they do, you see they have like duffel bags on their side. So they are able to do their mission. Anki, you're looking through. You find the information you need, but there's something else you notice. You see that as you're going through trying to find, you see there are birth archives here as well. You can see that it's a good amount due to the fact that this is where maybe a hospital is nearby or where most of like citizen records are kept due to the fact that it makes sense. You keep all the information in one place. This being like the learning or scientific session, this would be the place to keep it. Your birth records could be there, but doing so would mean you would have to divert time to that. You do notice, and you're able to find. You are looking through. You know where you need to find. What you would call it? You find the information you need, but the birth records. If you just spend a couple more minutes, you could maybe find your birth records.
Choice.
I'm gonna look to Kydra. I'm gonna look to Kydra and just say, "Give me 2 minutes."
I'm literally giving you all the time you need to get us out
Aren't
of
you
here.
supposed to be fucking smart? What do you mean 2 minutes?
It's related. It's kind of.
Less talking, more looking.
I'm just gonna pretend like I'm looking for that stuff, even though I've fully gone to the birth record section.
No need to roll as you're spending your time going through here. Your birth records. You find your name. Open it up, and it is a bit of a strange thing. Look around here. You see. Well, it's hard to describe. It's not like regular birth records. You do a bit of comparison. Yours is almost like redacted in some instances here. You see that from your birth record, you don't necessarily have anything where it comes to mother or father. As you see, it's blacked out. But particularly the notes that are here, you see, are explaining about how you were an incredibly sickly child. It says you had difficulties adapting to your extraplanar environment due to your blank upbringing. So it's like blacked out upbringing. They say the runes placed on Anki were by the seer's request. And the coil towers inside of the place where you were raised help dampen your power until you're ready for the great journey. But he must not leave. The section risks less risk rupturing the work they put into you. Beyond this, the only other thing of note seems to be a picture of some sort of doctor team. It's in black and white, grainy, and it seems that it's you as a baby, or a sort of a small toddler in that S there. With the faces, some you recognize. You see Dr. Warren's there, Dr. Zaffi, your primary caretaker's there. But the one that seems to grow more attention, that it's in the back of your mind, but you can't really really recall ever really seeing this person, is a figure that's holding you. You see he's about your same height, skin tone, and even some of the markings same as you, with the name on his coat saying Dr. Colmore.
I'm gonna pocket everything.
Pocket. You go through that.
I'm gonna continue looking for the actual thing that I was meant to be looking for.
Gotcha. You shift over a couple minutes, almost like 5 more extra minutes pass through. You find it. Labeled under core experiments. This is a very different subject here as you shift over from your personal life into what was going on here. The Grand Observer, or this leader of this place, was losing faith in the Seer's vision. The Seer, if you remember, really banked everybody on you, the Lantern, being the solution of having the city escape. But the Grand Observer, being a scientific person, felt that a kid is not going to save us. Science will. It got us here. It will get us out. So, with that, he decided to do some experiments on his side, and a little bit away from the Seer's, ear and sight. Essentially, his thought was, if it is a dead gateway that is keeping us from leaving, then simply all one has to do is find a better on switch and keep it on. So he experimented on trying to find a new power source, which he called the Core. Pretty much it contained scientific jargon of a bunch of high-yielding material that essentially is able to keep a current of that large size open for them to escape. But essentially what the unique property of this is that he used that crystal that you collected. It comes from a place known as the Gravelands. It's a place that kind of lies outside of all of the plains itself and is pretty much a do not go there zone, as it is known for corrupting properties, and it is volatile, it is dangerous. It is a place that if you were to get touched by this thing, you would react violently to it. Which may explain why some of the citizens you saw before are in those crazed states. But somehow he figured a way out to combine these materials together into creating a sort of new power generator of some sorts. He did a bunch of smaller models, worked completely fine. So given that information, it seems that they worked on making a bigger model or a final version that would act as the main driver for them to all leave. And what you can see is that this location is dead in the center of the city. It is a giant observatory spire that is kind of like the highest point you can get within this plane, which would make sense as it helps, connect everything. And especially that this section houses kind of like the engines of the city that keep it afloat. Perfect place to store it. So reading through all that information, you get they're working on an experiment, and that the observer themselves, the one who has the key, was at this place from last what was written, which kind of matches up with your birth dates and whatnot. So you get that wherever this key is, it's in this spire place.
I'll relay that. Not the parts about my birth or anything that I saw in my own records, but I will relay we need to go to the spire.
Okay, you're done. Let's backtrack.
You see that the siblings themselves think it's like, that's crazy. Dude,
that's what it says. We can argue outside.
Less talking here, more walking.
With that, you guys proceed forward, trying to make your way back out. And as you do, turn the corner, you see it is too quick for you to act in this instant, Kydra. But one of the scavengers sees you guys come around as you get caught, and immediately you see they grab one of the siblings themselves and puts a gun to their head and kind of goes, "Who the fuck are you guys?"
Wait, so they immediately grab one of the siblings?
Yes, due to the fact that you took long here, you see that it provided enough time for a patrol to come through, and a little bit faster than you to react or anybody in this group, they grab one of the nearby siblings here. You see that Tenny and the other siblings are very tense at this moment, and sort of just this air of tension between all of you.
Yeah, that's okay. So they said, "Who are you guys?" They take them. Since I couldn't react before, I will my hand, like the visible veins on the hand that's holding my mace, will have the telltale sign to Anki, who would recognize it. That I will try to cast something as I say, just passing through. I'll try to cast hold on them, fully knowing that if I hold them successfully, they are stuck with this person. But that would, if they get paralyzed, then we could just walk past. So they need to do a wisdom
this
saving
guy
throw.
here. Lovely, lovely.
Yeah. DC 13, so we'll see if that takes.
They fail. If it be so kind, can you give me a this is gonna be a luck
Let's
check.
go.
Due to the fact they're using magic of a certain nature here, which is something you haven't really seen anybody do, and there is a reason for that. So I would just say even are odds for you, Kaito.
What do you mean?
Oh,
You
Chris,
know
what do
you
exactly what I mean.
Chris, you're not allowed to be mean. We've been over this. Chris, we decided
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, what do you mean?
You
What do you
lucky bastard. Got two. So it's even. You notice that you cast this magic off, and as you do, you are thinking back to when you first met those siblings. When they cast that lightning bolt and fireball, it wasn't from any magic from their hands. You can see they had devices on them that acted as the conduit. When you throw natural magic out, you get this strange feeling of something within this section understands that something's happening, and you can feel this, Anki, that something heats up on your side pouch as almost like the crystal reacts, but you're able to do it in such a way that your successful with this spell is to hold someone and not rather like a fireball, a lightning bolt. It is nothing that's quick and dissipates. It holds for a bit. You cast it off, hold this person. You see the sibling gets out, but then Tenny like pushes your shoulder. Are you fucking insane?
Walking. Less talking. Walking.
You see,
I know.
fuck walking. We need to run.
And give a little wave at the scavenger as we walk past.
You see fear in his eyes. You make it down outside at this moment. As you at this point, I think, are you? Oh, yes.
Oh, wait, actually.
What are you gonna do? What?
Wait, no.
What?
That's stupid. No. As everyone runs past, I would just take like maybe a small or even ask Anki, like, because I saw him make various weapons before. I'd be like, can you give me a knife? No.
Knife, coming right up. Glove off, shard of creation, knife. There you go.
Yeah, and as everyone runs past this paralyzed scavenger, I slit their throat.
Oh.
I mean, what am I gonna do? Wait a minute until they can run away again and tell the others that there's people here?
You do this
No,
after
that
everybody's
would be
left the room?
stupid.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you
everyone's
do it.
running, yeah, so I do this after.
You go slit his throat. You keeping the hold spell up, or are you gonna dissipate it after he's dead?
It doesn't. I'll keep it up, because then they can't even move, right? So that
It's a very wise choice, because you go slit his throat. He bleeds out for a second, but as he does, you notice something in the air seeps into the wound where you cut their neck open, and you see they begin to.
Always gonna be a crystal
They're
fuck.
becoming
No.
but they're still paralyzed. So
They're still
die.
paralyzed. You're very smart that you kept them paralyzed. But you notice that the minute this spell drops, this hive mind is coming to you with a vengeance.
That's okay, as long as they don't get all the scavengers on there. That's okay. That's okay. I'm so happy with the choice I make. So I don't stay to watch too long. I just book it.
When you just cut it, you're like, that was a lovely cut, so it was. Jesus, look at that, right in the jugular. Oh,
Oh, Jesus. With that, you begin to run your way out of here. In this instance, how long does the spell hold for?
Like a minute, a full minute, my dude.
You
20
got a minute.
hours.
20
Lie.
hours. With that, I
48
think
hours.
run enough. I'm going to need one more stealth check to see if you are able to get out of here before its friends come. So I need one more stealth check from the both of you. No advantage this time, just straight, because Tenny is worried about their own fucking skin at this moment.
Stealth?
Absolutely.
Stealth there.
All right. And you sure you don't want to give me advantage?
I do not.
That's a humble 7.
Oh, okay. I thought I was bad.
14.
I have a 14.
I think at this point, everybody's speaking their way out. You see the siblings go out, Tenny goes out, Kydra, you're keeping track of Anki. I'm guessing you're having him in the front of
Yeah.
you? Fantastic.
Yeah.
Running through. You see, you get towards the exit of this place. As you get up, you didn't really notice this before you came in, but as you're outside the library, one of these nearby creatures grabs Anki by the leg and begins to drag him away.
Yeah. Oh, I'll try to like lower the shield.
Help me!
Too much in fear.
I love
It's like
to
that quiet,
he's
that
screaming
quiet
like
shout.
That, even though
I'm like, I
love
don't
to
want to
imagine
raise
that
attention.
he's screaming like that before anything is even happening. Like,
The hands here. It's like,
I would like to try and sever the hand that grabbed his leg.
Make an attack roll. If
by
you do so kind for me.
let's.
don't be mean to me.
I thought I was gonna die.
You can't kill my PC when I'm in a different country. I don't have my comfort snacks.
I mean, he definitely can.
But he shouldn't.
Jesus. It's about the
If you do that, you're not on the Christmas card rotation anymore.
A 16.
16. With that, I think at this point you're able to cut its hand off as you have to be really quick. This thing is fucking dragging him at a quick pace here. As it's got its hands in the front and using its like other legs and whatnot. Very almost like creature-esque, like unsettling. Cut its hand off, free Anki for a second, but then out of like the corner, almost cutting in an instance, you see one of Tenny's knives hit it right in the head. You see the siblings aren't there. It's just you three. Tenny goes and grabs the knife. You know,
I don't leave him a moment to like tell me anything. I just like Anki is on the ground. I hoist him up and I give a little push in the back as in like we need to keep running. And as I do, I'll say explanation's gonna come later.
We shouldn't kill people. They're gonna turn into the thing.
you see, you did what? As you guys are running at this point. I think just because of the rolls you made and you've been successful, you're able to get this scot-free without having to do any more hard decisions in this point. But before that, you guys reconvene, make your way back to the camp, and at this point, very much relaying the information. I think, Anki, are you going to relay this to everybody? As you see that they're all very excited to see what you've learned.
Yet again, I'm telling them everything about the Spire. My family history, until I can unredact it, it's for me. I'm not giving people half information. So I'll tell them everything about the Spire and having to go there, but none about the possible relations to me.
Norrin kind of takes it. So we have to go to the Spire. It's a little difficult, but it is manageable. You see one of the siblings. That's fucking impossible. Are you kidding me? That's where all the creatures are.
Yeah.
It's the bottom, not necessarily the top, which means we would simply have to climb our way up.
Okay, yeah.
Climb or fly.
More climb. This is a very tall spire. You could fly for short distances like sprinting, but to make your way fully up, you will need to climb at some point.
This is Chris telling me, no, you won't get up that easy. You'll have to roll.
Yeah,
bitch.
you can fly up, but you do notice the way he describes it that this spire starts at the base of here and goes really far up to almost like the dimensional divide between this plane and the plane that's next. That's a different section of the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we can fly, we can climb. It's fine. We got this.
I don't think there's time to waste, and also this seems to be the best option that there is, since you all have been trying desperately to find one. So the question is, will you take it with us?
Well,
Awesome.
we've had a bit of good luck with these individuals. I think we should accompany each other together. The main real problem is the special guest we have here. Can't kill them, as you saw clearly from what I heard. It's what happens when you kill people, is turn them into the very creatures that would come at us. So it is
A warning would have been
conundrum.
nice. A warning would have been nice.
Well, we assumed you knew. I mean, you don't survive here without encountering them.
We assumed you
said-
knew about the book in your floor.
Assumptions, as we have learned, quite
That's such a
problematic.
good point. That's such a good point.
I'm sassy today. This man, it's his worst birthday. He's like, fucking, what's going on?
What's going on, my guy? He kind of goes, it's a decision.
We have been very helpful and useful to you. If you release this person, it's a person that went after us to kill us.
Well, that is true, but I was curious and talked a bit with Renee, and it seems that they could have killed you before, if I'm not mistaken. They did wake up before any of you regained consciousness.
So technicalities. The point of fact is, that's a person who went after us to kill us. Sorry that I don't want them traveling with us. And the only reason they're not dead yet is because I respect your hospitality. I don't care if they would turn into one of those.
It's a matter of principle for, I think, a good amount of us. We have been exiled, we've been hurt by people, but the whole point of this city, and especially this section, is to give second chances to people. We can release them, but you see there's a bit of a struggle. I think the most reasonable thing we can do, Tenny goes, is that we just leave them tied up. I mean, we don't kill them, we don't help them. So your conscience is clear, big guy, and you're satisfied with knowing that this individual isn't going to chase you outright. Plus, they don't even know where we're going to be going. So,
I agree. That seems like a very sensible solution.
do you mind us asking, why does this person want you dead?
I don't know. Should I care if someone literally says you're
I'm gonna
going to
lean
die?
in and I'm just gonna whisper, my guess is ex-lover, but I haven't confirmed anything.
Oh, well, no, I asked when you were gone. Something about a city that you were a part of helping destroy.
See, the question you need to ask yourself right now is, at this point, we are your best option of getting out of this level of the city. And I'm saying that with hospitality and with gratefulness as well. Do you want to bring up things that could cause animosity, or are some things best left unsaid until we all find our freedom and go our merry ways? No hostility, but I'm putting it out there. I'm sure there's a lot of things that a lot of us did that right now are staying hidden because, well, frankly enough, we need each other.
You see, they all
So-
kind of look to each other. Agreed. I guess we can leave them here. You should rest up. They're going to need to sleep. Kind of walks off, leaving you guys here to prepare yourselves and talk. Before we end our episode for today, Anki, looking over those papers and everything, the question that comes to my mind, at least, my curiosity is, do you share this with Kytra? I mean, if anybody should know about what's going on and what you've learned, maybe it's the person that at least wants to see you get out of here. But then again, they're the reason why you're here in the first place.
I think the answer depends on if I can, with the tools that I have right now, unredact things. Like, am I able to use... I have a certain amount of charges on my Shard of Creation. I haven't used all of them today. So I'm willing to cycle through as many as I need to see if there's anything I can conjure up that'll unredact the information. I'm going to go back to the library. I'm going to set up a little pile of books. It look like I'm just going through things again. And I'm just going to like shine a light underneath to see if it was if it was like blacked out with just putting more ink over it to see if like the older ink will shine through. I'm doing magical stuff that's more smart than I know. Yeah.
I think, without having to roll anything, especially with the time we have, you go through and you proceed to try your tricks. You're not able to do it on really much, as it's a lot of trial and error, but you do succeed in one section here. As you see, it is working and you keep working on it, and it seems to be doing its thing. As you see what looks like to be the birth name, or whatever name they put for your mother. You are using a lighter. Start at the end. You get I S
Motherfucker, I'll kill you.
A N. As you see the word Nasi written in this section.
That raises so many more questions. And unfortunately, I was raised in an environment where if I do not deliver a perfect, complete outcome, why am I bothering? I do not share information yet.
The revelation comes to you, and you sit down holding the information that seems quite impossible, as this record is pretty much stating that your mother was a god. And I think that is a perfect place to end our session for today. Yay! Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for a quite wonderful episode of Ascension. With that in mind, we're going to do plugs in reverse order here to see where people can find you on the great wide internet. Starting off here with our lovely, as I'm remembering the order in this section here, Apollo, who would you play and where can people find you on the great wide internet?
Hello, my name is Apollo. I didn't see you coming. I played Anki Eleazar. You can find me on the internet at TallNerdApollo.
I would say more, but I have to get out of my friends, out of this hotel room, to my hotel room.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Next up is going to be you, Cyrix. Who did you play, and where can people find you?
Hey, sit down with me for a second. I'll do a monologue for 15 minutes while Apollo has to stay into that hotel room. I'm Syrinx. It's been a pleasure playing here. You can find me in all the social medias under that exact name. It's fine. I'm looking forward to next time where we climb a spire for a long one and we leave someone to die out there. It's gonna be great fun. Yeah. Thank you for watching and see you next time.
And last but not least, me. Hello, wonderful people. My name is Chris, and I have been your GM for these preceding evenings. With that in mind, another hiatus for this series in particular, but do not worry, as we have a wonderful charity coming December 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern, as we're raising a Michela A fund, as the Doomsayers are returning for a nice, explosive 80s one-shot. So if you love action films, if you love giveaways, if you love donating to people for a good cause, you should check us out. I think this week we'll have more details on exactly what the giveaways are and the incentives we're trying to hit. So you can keep all that good stuff on our socials, Taíno Tales. So check that out and all that good jazz. Until then, thank you for joining us for this wonderful evening, and we can't wait to see you again for another episode of Ascension. Until then, we hope you have a lovely rest of your day, folks. Bye-bye.